Yep. On. Go. Do it. All right. Here we go. So we look at the camera there. Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Welcome to Waterbury Music Sound Studios.
This is Scott Keever.
This is Natalie Nowytski.
And we are joined by our friends Reid and Richard, who are doing all the awesome tech stuff you're going to be seeing.
It's kind of amazing.
It is really amazing. So we're really thankful.
We've been here since this early afternoon having a wing ding and just having so much fun. And there's wires all around that maybe on that wide shot over there you can see maybe a little bit, but we got lights like it's a TV studio in this little living room space here. It's
feeling real. It's feeling real.
It's pretty cool. How y'all doing? It's been a month, right? So I'm been really looking forward to being here. Reid and Richard have been so great to let us do this as an experiment. Number one, just to let you know, this is my last online show, monthly.
Let's hear that in the chat.
It's my last monthly online show, and so yeah. I won't be doing one next month, but I might be putting out some videos on my own, just for putting out, because I've been writing a lot of stuff over the last year, and I might put out some videos that have some of my work on them. I might also start putting out videos of cover tunes. A lot of you folks have requested cover tunes over the past year, so I've learned a lot of new songs on guitar, and I can put those videos out there as well. So.
For those of you who are in town, Scott is picking up on his live performances as well. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about, you have a couple of series that you have over the next few months?
So starting, and I'm not going to remember the dates off the top of my head, starting in November, I'll be doing monthly shows in St. Cloud at the Veranda Lounge, and that's, I believe, on 5th Street in St. Cloud. And then I'll also be doing monthly brunches at the Ice House. So both of those are starting. Well, they started this month, honestly, but next month those will be out there, and I'll be doing those once a month, at least through February. If you want to find out when exactly those are, go to my web page, my website, which is scottkeever.com. Really easy to remember. If you got here, you can get over there. So I did forget my signs, though, with all this little verbiage. But if you watch the chat rooms, if there's any extra information about where to look for stuff, Natalie will be the moderator. Yes, yep. So on that stuff. So what have you been doing over the last?
Oh
month?
Gosh, I've been writing music.
Yeah,
I've been writing
tell us about that.
Yeah, so I the last few years I've been involved with a creative project with a playwright in the Seattle area. We are writing a play with music. I'm writing the music for it. That is based on a documentary film about elder women who left after the Chernobyl explosion and snuck back in and are now living off of this radioactive land. So I've been writing some pieces for that, and it's partially traditional sounding Ukrainian stuff and partially rock stuff, which gets into some of the generational aspects of the show. Yeah. So that's what I've been busy with, and that's been really fun.
Yeah, you've been cornering actors in the studios, hey, I want you in my let me just give me
I need your voice.
I need your voice. I'm gonna give you the spiel. I believe even Reid's gonna be involved with some of the recording for that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Reid's giving
and some drumming.
Yeah, and maybe exciting. Possibly doing some music stuff. Yeah. And I think I'm gonna be involved with, if you're gonna let me.
You're gonna be playing some guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay! Awesome.
Yeah, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who are joining us for the first time.
And I know there might be a bunch of you who are joining for the first time. So if you are here for the first time, welcome. Thank you for making it. And here's to getting through another wave of the pandemic. And that's what I'm here for. I really feel strongly about bringing music to folks out there who need it. Like I said, I'm not going to do monthly online shows, but I will be still putting stuff out there for people to listen to. But anyway, as you were saying, for those of you who are new to the show.
Right. For those of you who are new, if you don't have a beverage, grab one. It doesn't matter if it's water or if it's tea or if it's wine or if it's Armagnac, which is what we have. We are playing the Scott Keever drinking game.
And
as
what
we
is
often
this?
do.
And what is the Scott Keever drinking
The
game?
Scott Keever drinking game is one that can get you good and drunk if you actually do have alcohol in your hands. So be very careful to pace yourselves.
Yes.
Anytime that Scott changes an instrument or changes the tuning on his instrument or adds a capo or moves a capo.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all opportunities to take a drink. And we'll be sure, throughout
We'll let you know.
show, we'll let you know.
And or she'll like probably put it up on the, if you're in the chat rooms and there's a chat if you're like signed into YouTube, you can get access to that chat, and she'll be like, there will be conversations about
There will be a presence.
There'll be a presence, and people will be talking about the songs and cheering us on. It's like our little online community that I've really appreciated. I actually realized I don't have the laptop in front of me, so I won't be able to see.
You'll be able to see the comments.
Yeah. So, but you will. You'll be,
Yeah. If there are things that people want to say to Scott during the show, put them in the chat, and I'll get on the mic and
she'll relay them. Do we even have a speaker over here so that I can hear? Because she's gonna be in the other room. This is a professional setup, folks. It's like amazing. It's like just phenomenal. We got like a big, huge. I mean, usually I've had like a little small like mixer over to my left down here, and we've got this like, how many channels over there, Reid? How many?
9, Scott.
We got nine channels.
channels.
Out of like, is that a 9-channel mixer? How many channels is like?
Well, we still have another 9 to go.
Oh, so you got an 18-channel mixer going on over there, and we got 2 cameras, and so we got XLRs all over the place. It's like,
and it's because we love you.
Yeah. Well, what? That we love you guys, and we love you guys for helping us out. So this is amazing. So, let's see if I got any other things going on. I don't think I do. Oh, one other thing is I am doing a Halloween show up in Washburn, Wisconsin. That should also be on my my website as well. But I'm performing with Adara Din, a.k.a. LaDonna Von Stetzel, and who is a belly dancer locally here. And I'll also be performing with Carnage the Rapper, which will be just a lot of fun in a community center up in Washburn on Halloween. It's part of their zombie weekend that they got going on up there. It's something they've had for about 6 years, and apparently, so it's like kind of amazing. So that's my next excursion next weekend. So that's where I'll be. Aside from that, like, I probably will learn some more songs now that I'm not doing monthly shows. So yeah, I might do a Christmas show. I'm still thinking about that.
Put it in the chat if you really want to see him do it. I'm going to encourage you.
I'll figure, if I do end up doing that, because we had a lot of fun last Christmas. We had a lot of requests. I did like 2 separate sets, right? I did like the Christmas set and I did my regular set, and that ended up being a lot of fun. So, so that's a maybe. But in the meantime, let me play some music here. So,
yeah, you're doing mostly originals today.
I'm doing a bunch of. Well, I'm starting off with a song about a tune about a wizard. I got a combination of stuff's going on here. So a few surprises and a couple new tunes that I've written over the last 2 weeks. In fact, 3 weeks. So yeah. So. And
then we'll end the show with a couple of tunes together that you haven't yet heard.
Yes, exactly, which would be a lot of fun. So this is kind of the blowout. This is basically like, these are the songs. I think a lot of the songs I've got here on my set list are ones I either just wrote or that I've really loved playing for all y'all over the last year and haven't had really a chance to revisit. So yeah. Welcome you back in about... whenever I'm done, 45 minutes, whatever. Yeah. And so give us a moment. We're going to change things as these folks we're going to bring in guitars and take stuff out. And for those of you know the drill. Just hang out, get a drink, whatever. For those of you who don't know the drill, just hang out and do whatever and get a drink. We'll be right back. I think that's the setup here, right? Yeah. See if I got everything. So make sure I can go. All right, good. here we go. I'm over this camera now, right? All right, here we go. Change the angle a little bit here. Hi, folks. That was a really quick changeover. I'm really impressed with us. Thanks again. Thank you, Richard, who's behind the camera. Thank you, Reid, who's behind the mixing board. And this is just a wingding. I'm just really impressed with all this. But as promised, here's a tune about a wizard. Let's see if we get this here. Get all comfortable here. Always helps to be in tune. All right, here we go. Thanks for joining me, and here's the first tune of the show. Thank you. All right. So that was a tune about a wizard. Well, it's actually Hedwig's theme from the Harry Potter movies, and I learned that because of Natalie, because Natalie is a huge Harry Potter fan. But I've been playing that out and about recently, and every time I play it, I always get somebody going like, "Oh, that's Harry Potter! Oh my gosh!" So I've been bringing that out a lot more. Next up is a tune I wrote about maybe 10 years ago. Had a friend of mine name it. It was very Spanish sounding, so I was like, I don't know what to call this. And she went, well, you should find something that's like Spanish for raindrops or something like that, or it's like drops of flowers or something. And so I found out that drops of roses translates to gotas de rocio. So that's the name of this tune. This can be found on my album, my solo album, Scott Keever, Solo Guitar, Volume 1. So this is Gotas de Rocio. Thank you. All right. So it's Gotas de Rocio. And the cool thing about that tune is that I was talking about my solo album. I actually recorded this and all the rest of the music on my solo album here at the studio. And Reid, the man behind the mixer there, was the gentleman who was at the boards for that album about 3 years ago now. We were just talking about that. I'm hoping to do volumes 2 and 3 at some point. I might actually end up doing them consecutively, who knows? And hopefully I'll be playing a few other tunes that might be on those future albums. So in the meantime, I'm going to switch guitars. So drink. I have to drink too. All right. Oh, doing the electric guitar. This is the jazz guitar I've been playing since December. It's kind of changed the way I play here. And the tunes I'm going to play, talked about this previously in previous shows. So a few years ago, I think almost 10 years ago, I was asked by my friend Jenna Young to compose music for a series of dances she was doing. So she was doing a series of small dances, about a minute each, based on the colors of the rainbow. And her show was called Crayola's Revenge. So she asked me to write music, a minute's worth of music for red, for orange, for purple, for green. And so I did. And a number of years later, like within a couple of years ago, I kind of rediscovered a few of those tunes, and I've been kind of like reinventing them and kind of expanding them a little bit. So I ended up doing a suite for Crayola's Revenge. So I ended up doing 3 colors, or composing, like extending the compositions I did before from 3 colors. There we go. And so the colors I chose are red, blue, and yellow. And they each have their own musical characteristics. First one I'll do is yellow. Yellow is fun and bright and obnoxious, and this is yellow. All right. That was yellow. And next up, will be blue. Blue is solitary, is moody, is quiet, and kind of sad. And this is blue. Thank you. And then the last one of the Crayola's Revenge is Red. Now, Red is sultry. Red's got an attitude. Red walks in the room and everybody turns their head to look at Red. And that's Red. And this is Red coming at you. All right. And that was Red, and that was the Crayola's Revenge Suite. So, yeah. So, I'm going to switch guitars now, which means drink. And I'll take this one. Oh. I better drink too. Hey, sweetie, how's it going out there? How's the chat room?
Oh, the chat room is lit up.
Yes, what's going on? Tell me. Since I don't have a laptop in front of me, so you're gonna have to tell me some stuff.
Well, first of all, there's a ton of compliments on the setting, and I agree. Reid and Richard are just doing such a gorgeous job with this whole production. It looks beautiful. So lots of compliments about that.
Yeah.
Also, people are really digging the series. Fixie actually mentions that she's green of all of these things. I know you once upon a time did a green in this series, and is it something you might sometimes revisit? And
I
redo?
might. It's one of the colors that didn't quite work out for me in terms of like what came out of it. But I'd be willing. That and purple are probably worth revisiting. So we'll see. There might be continuations of the series. So good question. Anything else? Anything? Because it's like this is a whole new situation for both of. I mean, I'm talking to a disembodied. By the way, I'm talking to a disembodied Natalie because usually she's like right across the table from me when we're doing this thing, and now she's like in the other room.
And I'm seeing you from about 42 seconds ago. So this is really interesting.
Well, at least you know where I was 42 seconds ago.
I know where you were 42 seconds ago. Fixie just wants to round it out by saying, "Hi, Scott."
Hi.
And cousin Kat says, "Yay, Reid and Richard, fantastic job."
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cool.
Sounding good.
Yeah, Reid, Richard, y'all are hired. They gave each other a thumbs up. That's great. Okay, so let me bring this awesome microphone back in. So I feel like my next album is going to be like the Fringe Festival album because those last three tunes were written for a Fringe Festival production, and this next tune I'm going to bring up was also from a Fringe Festival production. This was written for a show written by Catherine Glover. It was a one-woman show. It was called A Cynic Tells Love Stories, and I wrote a number of pieces from that. But this is the one that kind of I've been hanging on to for, almost 12 years now. And I'm calling it A Cynic Tells Love Stories because that's what it's from. It also has a very sort of melancholy feel to it, too. So I think that's what ends up happening when a cynic does tell love stories. So, and here we go. you. Okay, and then the next song. That was the last one I wrote 12 years ago. This next one I wrote 3 weeks ago. So a little bit of a time span there. This is one that I think came out of some remembrance of a gentleman who just passed away, David Stenchel, who was the fiddler for Boiled and Lead. He was kind of the reason I got into Balkan music in the first place, honestly, and I kind of put the onus on him as being the reason I ended up marrying Natalie. So, but he was big in the Celtic scene. He was big in the Balkan scene, played with ethnic dance theater for a number of years, including more recently, and was also big on the Arabic scene as well. He was like in so many, and played in, with Cafe Accordion and a bunch of other, bands in town. So he's just very, very prolific. Natalie and I just played a memorial for him this past Saturday at Celtic Junction. It was really, really heartfelt. There's a lot of love in that space. So I'm dedicating this next song to David Stenchel and to all the folks who were there. This is a jig I wrote about 3 weeks ago, and I'm naming it after a place that's very big in Northeast. I like naming pieces after places, and because they give a sense of space. And while this is a Celtic piece, I think of it in terms of celebrating diversity. So this is called Central Avenue Jig. Oh, y'all making me work. All right. Hey. So that was Central Avenue Jig.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, what?
I just want to say John Costello said that you sounded great on Saturday.
Oh, that's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
Yay. Thank you,
That was
John.
a good show.
Thank you, John. And yeah, that was such a lovely memorial show for David. Lots of folks showed up. It was Cafe Accordion, Tim O'Keefe, and a number of other Arabic musicians from the Arabic bands and Persian bands that David played in. And of course, Boiled and Lead, and Natalie and I did a duet as part of that too. So it was just great. I'm switching instruments. Drink. Actually, drink twice because I'm going to retune this before I switch out. So I'm going to retune this. So you have to drink twice here. What am I doing next? Oh, yeah. So the next tune I'm going to play is also Celtic. It's also a fiddle tune. Well, not that mine was a fiddle tune. It could be. Hey, Natalie.
Hey, Scott.
You want to tell the story about Neil Gauss?
Oh, yes. Okay. So this is actually one of my favorite instrumental pieces, and I asked Scott to learn this one. There are two stories behind this song. This is Neil Gau's lament on the death of his second wife. Neil Gau was a Scottish fiddler in the 18th century, and there's a festival in his name and everything that happens, I think, every February or every March, something like that, in Scotland. And his pieces are just really prolific, and this is one of the pieces that's one of his best known. So it's Neil Gau's lament on the death of his second wife. The most common story behind this song is that Neil Gau's second wife had passed away rather suddenly, and he was really broken up about it, and he put down his fiddle and didn't play for an entire year. And when he picked it back up again, this was the melody that came to him. This was the first piece that he thought of, that he wrote, that he played after her death. Can I tell the second story?
That's what I wanted you to tell.
Oh, okay, good. So the second story, which I really enjoy, it's not as well known, and no one really knows for sure which story is true. This version of the story goes that Neil and his bandmates were out playing at a pub, and they took a band break, and he sat down his fiddle to go get a pint, and then someone inadvertently sat on his fiddle, and hence was the death of his second wife.
Get it?
So there you go.
Because
That's the story.
his second wife.
Right. The fiddle was his second. Did you get it? The fiddle is his second wife.
Yeah, right.
Do
Right.
you think
So
people
this
got
is-
it? Yep. Okay, good.
So this is Neil Gau's lament. you go. That's a nice one. I like playing that. So a lot of these songs that I'm doing today, like I said, it's my last monthly show. So these are a lot of tunes that I really enjoy playing. Some of them are more challenging. Some of them I just like playing for the sound of it, and that's one of them. I really enjoy that. So thanks, Natalie, for making me learn that song.
Thank you for learning it.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And so, in speaking of learning things, excuse me. So this next piece is one that I wrote about 3 weeks ago as well. This one is actually one I wrote about 6 months ago for a hafla, the gathering of belly dancers. I got invited to join. It was actually an online, hafla, an online gathering basically, and so I wrote something for that belly dancers would enjoy. Had a Middle Eastern feel to it, and then I got brought in to doing the show up north, and I'm actually going to be performing with Adara Din. For that show, doing one tune, and I decided to actually write something for her, and I wanted to find something that was a little more traditional, and so I found a loop that had a malfouf rhythm, which is an Egyptian, I believe, an Egyptian-based belly dancing rhythm. My piece is not traditional by any standards. I do try and use the modes within that style. To kind of do something with a resophonic guitar. I think it's really cool to kind of blend, styles together, especially international styles. So I'm taking a Middle Eastern rhythm and combining it with the sound of the Mississippi. So this is what I'm calling Malfouf Resophonic. And here comes the drum loop. All right. And that's Melfu Fresophonic. You're all making me sweat, making me work out here. All right.
We got a clarification, by the way. Morocco.
Morocco, thank you. I appreciate that. That's why I wasn't sure. That's why I said I believe so. Moroccan, thank you so much for the clarification. Who gave the clarification, may I ask?
The name is Barak Halfhand, and I actually don't know who that is.
Okay. So, well, thank you so much for the clarification, whoever you are. I'm going to switch guitars now for the next couple songs. So, drink. Are y'all having fun yet? Are you guys having fun yet? You two? You two over there? Yeah, awesome. Good. I got fist pumps from the text over there. That's awesome.
Well, and folks on the chat are definitely having a good time. There's some nice responses.
That's
yeah.
great. So I deserve a drink too. Okay, so this has already been tuned, and you've already had your drink. I mean, if you want to drink again, I won't stop you, but it's not necessary. All right. I got kind of retune.
Fixie is asking for an awkward woo! Woo! Woo!
Woo!
Woo! I have to make it awkward, right?
Yeah, you have to make it awkward.
Woo! Woo!
Woo!
Woo! That
Woo.
was good. Woo!
That was good, honey. That was a good awkward woo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm here to please.
We're good at the awkward around here at our house. You know, at our household and here. You know, they're good at the awkward. Y'all are pretty good at the awkward, right, Reid? You're good at the awkward.
What?
He's good at the awkward, so trust us. So this is a piece that didn't make it on the solo album. Almost did, but not quite. I'm hoping it does on the next one. It's a piece called Svaha, and it's written based on the title of a Charles DeLint, who was a fantasy novelist, urban fantasy. And the best I can figure out is Svaha means quick, or it's an exaltation in Sanskrit. So this is Svaha.
Okay, that one gets a woo from me. Sarah Heller points out it's Kotke-esque.
Yes, it is. It is very Kotke-esque. In fact, I'm pretty sure I recently listened to Driving the Year of the Nail. I think that's the name of the tune. I think it's pretty much directly, if not directly ripped off, it's the vibe of it is directly ripped off from that song. So, in fact, there's a story behind that. I've seen Leo Kaki live once in 1993, and I've been chasing that sound ever since. I've been listening to a lot of albums of his and stuff, but after that one live performance, and of course it's one of his Thanksgiving shows, I was forever wanting to have that sound. Now, I never learned any of his pieces, and I didn't want to, because I figured there's already a Leo Kaki. You don't need two of them in this town. So, but so I go to the Church of the Trilogy of Minnesota guitarists, and the Trinity of Minnesota guitarists, which are, for me, Leo Kotke, Pat Donahue, and Dean McGraw. I recently got to share the stage with Dean McGraw, and that man's a monster. He's just so unbelievable, and just a beautiful man too. Although there's now more people in the Pantheon more recently for me, like, Dakota Dave Hull, hey Dave, and Tim Sparks. So there's a lot of folks out there who are inspirations, and there's a lot of us fingerstyle folk pickers who are out there. I'm just starting to figure out who they are in this town, so in this state. So hopefully after COVID happens, we can have more of a community of us. So in the meantime, this is my last tune of the evening solo. It's my last tune solo as part of the last solo online show, monthly on solo. So that means you go, ah. I can't hear you. This is my last tune of my set. Oh, there you go. There you go. That was good. Thanks. Okay. That was the sympathy I needed. And this is one of my favorite tunes to play lately. It's a Led Zeppelin tune, but it's not one that gets played very often. And it's one of the more sedate tunes too. And it's an instrumental, so which I really love, from Jimmy Page. It's called Brawnyar. And here we go. And that's the end of my solo set. I am going to welcome in again the lovely, fabulous, amazing, awesome Natalie Nowytski in to join me on bass and vocals, and we're going to do a little bit of a quick setup again. And so I guess it's your time to take a drink and use the bathroom or whatever you need to do, and we'll be back again in a couple minutes here. Thanks. Mazel tov.
You're getting lots of love on the chat.
Am I?
You are.
That's awesome. I can't actually see
nice.
it. It's really. Oh, hey, there we are again. Yeah, I can't really actually. I don't have a. Usually, I have a laptop in front of me, and instead, I've got like these 2 cameras and these 2 awesome guys in front of me, which is great, but it's not the chat. So I'm having to. I'll have to read it all later. You know, it's all in the archive, I suppose.
It's all there.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. That's great. Oops.
Just kidding.
Stay there. Okay. Hey, you want to introduce the next one?
I do. I'll introduce the next one, and I'll take a drink. This is actually a Willie Nelson tune that I found out about because of Patsy Cline. And, well, we're not going to do it the way that I actually learned how to do it.
You might as well talk about that.
So, long story. I used to sing with a woman who could speak with an incredible, like, Scottish accent, which is, like, I don't know, my favorite accent on the planet. It's wonderful. And I don't remember how this happened, but she and I used to actually sing Patsy Cline tunes together in a Scottish accent. And this is one of those tunes. So really for the first several years that Scott and I would play this for friends and you know, circles, music circles.
I would introduce it as a Scottish folk tune.
And I would sing it with a Scottish accent. So I'm not going to do that today. But this is crazy. It's the name of the song. It's not just that this is crazy.
This
it's
is
also
crazy,
this is
man.
crazy.
This is totally crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so which means I need to take a drink.
Yes, you do. That's a really good beverage.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Crazy, I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted. Someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you.
Yeah. That was pretty nice.
That is pretty nice.
Cool. Awesome. So I'm going to change guitars again, which means y'all drink.
I'm going to take some water. That's my drink.
Have you been drinking water the whole time? No, you haven't.
Oh no. I've been.
Oh, look at this. Check this out. This will be the last of it right here.
Yeah, so while you're getting your other guitar and everything, Joe Birch asked for a shout out. So shout out to Joe. Congratulations on getting a clear bill of health, that the cancer is not there anymore.
Oh,
That's
yay.
fantastic. We're
Yay,
very
Joe.
happy for you. It's really great. There's lots of great stuff happening on the chat. So glad that you're all here.
Yeah, thank you all. I mean, even if I can't see, I'll see the chat after this, but I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you for your support over this past year and a half. Thank you for being here for all these online shows. Even if there's been video stuttering and that sort of thing, there's not been any stuttering going on for this show, I believe. So
It looks and sounds really
it's
great.
like the only
That's because there are masters behind the controls
behind. So
here.
Richard, Reid, please give these folks a round
Waterbury
of
Music and
applause.
Sound. Woo!
So I think the only latency that's been going on is inside my head, and that's been about it. So I guess you get to introduce this last one. This is the
Yeah.
last. This is the last song of the last online monthly show.
Aww.
See, I'm just all about the sympathy here.
But it's not that you're gonna finish. You're not gonna play anymore. Of course, you're gonna play a ton, and you're gonna.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well,
You'll-
for those
you'll have other
for
events
those who
online
can
at
make
some
it
point.
make it to in-person shows for at the Ice House, or if you're in St. Cloud, I might do some other online or some more in-person shows too. But be masked for all those. I'm just trying to play it really safe. We've got some autoimmune issues at the house in our household, so we just have to be really safe. So all you all, be safe this coming holiday for
Please.
Halloween. For those of you who celebrate Samhain, be safe out there. Be safe for Thanksgiving, especially during the Yuletide, for solstice season and that sort of thing. Be very, very safe. Just stay inside when you need to, and if you need to go out, wear a mask. And it's just that simple. The sooner we get through all this, the sooner that we can play live for y'all. And I can feel it when I've been out there just this past month, how much people need live music. It's just, that's what I've been trying to provide over this last year. And that's why I'm hoping to actually be in person to do so later on. That's what I'm hoping we can do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So we're going to close out the show with actually something that was also recorded here many years ago, recorded here at Waterbury Music and Sound by Reid Kruger.
Yay!
Yay! And Scott played on this as well. This is actually on my solo album called Americana, which is an album of Czech and Slovak bluegrass and country tunes.
There's a ton of awesome people who are on that. Adam Kiesling's on
Really?
that. Jim Parker. Peter
Strushko,
Strushko.
who we lost this year.
Yeah, we lost this past year. I get to share a track with Peter Strushko, which I don't remember which song, but yeah. It's just, and
Steve Call.
Gabriella Sweet. There's some amazing performers on that show,
really,
on that album. So
really great stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to do one of the Czech pieces. This is called Už se Krumlovské zámeček Boda. I know, easy to say. And the story is just this woman who is, she's pretty upset. She's pretty sad that, her sweetheart was supposed to be arriving and he's not there yet. He eventually comes, but it seems like there's a little bit of distance between them. So let's just play it.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Bring this back in here.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
Oh, yeah, you do. Getting applause.
When the tech people like applaud you, you know you're doing okay. All right, there you go. All better now.
All right. Good. Už se krumlovskej zameček bora, už se můj milej zajinou toula se toula, všechny ty lidé, až se vytoula, však on zas přijde. Můj milej jede od Prahy domů, já půjdu zítra naproti jemu. Ach, jede, čtyřma koničky, vzadu bavrany, všechno tak bričky. Dlouho, holečku, dlouho k nám nejdeš. Já jsem myslela, že už nepřijdeš. Když jsi k nám přišel, pojď večer s námi. Vždyť nejseš cizí, seš dobrý s námi. Když jsi k nám přišel, pojď večer s námi. Vždyť nejseš cizí, seš dobrý s námi.
Thank you, folks. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Oh, I forgot to even talk about tips. So, I'm glad you guys stayed for the end. So, for those of you who would like to tip the musicians, did you put that into the?
I did.
Okay, I'm
Yep.
so glad. I'm so glad. I forgot to do that. I forgot my sign. It's the one thing I forgot today. So if you are interested in tipping the musicians, you can go back to the information that Natalie wrote down, which is if you're at PayPal, it's paypal.me. Keever Guitar
/Keever
Keever Guitar, and then for Venmo it's Scott Keever, which is capital S Cot capital K Ever, and which I just like to say it like that. And so PayPal, Venmo, either way, those should be also available, or those should be plainly written out on my my YouTube page there. But you've already put down the information too, so I appreciate that. So.
Yeah.
Thank you again. Thank you to Richard and Reid.
Huge
you
thanks.
all are gods among men. So and yes, and thank you for everything. And this has just been great. And hopefully we can do it again, and hopefully somebody else can do it again here too. So it'd be fantastic. So anything else?
Cheers, all.
All right.
Thank you.
This is when we fade to black, folks. So that's your cue right there. Thank you all. Take care.